Georgia Jaguar here, Stampin' Georgia, independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. I'm excited to share another fun idea with you today. Today I've used the Carols of Christmas bundle. I've used the framelits from the Card Front Builders, which is part of that bundle, and also the stamp set. But you might notice a little something different about the stamp set. And what I want to show you is how I did that today. So come on, let's get started. So here's the card again. And I want to point out this image in the center. It's from the Merry Little Label stamp set, or at least part of it is. And I want to show you how it comes in the stamp set. It's this stamp right here. And you'll notice that the Let It Snow is missing, and then we have an open space. I want to show you what I did with my stamp. I learned this trick from fellow demonstrator Terry Gaines. Now, unfortunately, I had already put my stamp set together when I learned the trick, so I actually cannibalized my stamp and took my paper snips. I wanted a nice, sharp, small, pointed scissor that I could get in, and I literally poked in and snipped away and just carefully cut out the Let It Snow image. And then, because I had done it after my stamp set was put together, I had to do the same thing with the label to cut that out and to be able to put it on the top of the foam so that I can actually still use that stamp with other things, or with this stamp if I want to. So that is just kind of a fun, so if you don't have this stamp set yet, the best way to do this would be to do this before you actually mount it. If you get clear mount, then it'll be much easier, but if you are getting the wood mount, well, it's the same thing, cutting that image apart so that you can use it in a different way. So I went ahead, the card base is 5.5 by 8.5, folded in half, and I used the basic black, and I took a piece of 4" by 5 1/4 Whisper White and ran that through the Big Shot with the Woodland embossing folder. And I'm going to go ahead and adhere that to my card front with some snail. And by cutting it to those sizes, that leaves that nice 1/8" border all the way around your card. And then I'm taking a piece of the Merry Little Christmas Designer paper. Love this plaid because to me that is very versatile and I can use it on a card, masculine card, and I'm thinking this is a pretty good masculine birthday card. And then I'm going to add, actually I'm going to do it before I attach it. I want to add a strip of basic black, and I've kind of picked which side I'm going to put it on, one that has a little less black. There's more down here, so I'm just going to balance that out and put that there, and a little more adhesive. And that is cut down 2 by 4. So it'll go across your card, and it also, you'll be able to cut, 18 out of one piece of cardstock. Now I'm going to take, and I did this trick on a previous card, a 1 3/4" by 3" piece of basic black. I'm going to make the mat for my label. Use my scallop tape topper punch. Punch one end. Turn it over, and you just have to make sure and center that in your punch so that you have equal distance on either side of your cardstock. Punch again, and that makes the perfect mat for that. I went ahead and used my framelits from the Card Front Builder, and I cut out a single one from this one so I could run it through the Big Shot. I did these at the same time. So I have those ahead of time to put on my card. But I'm going to do my label first, because that is the central focus of my card front. Use Memento Black. I want to make sure that that bottom part gets inked up really well, because it's got more of a solid image. And I'm using the Stampin' Pierce mat again to get the best image. I don't have to push hard. I just want to make sure that the entire surface of my rubber stamp hits the paper. And I'm going to use my Everyday Labels punch, and when you're doing a punch that matches a stamp, And it's not photopolymer. It's always best to stamp first, then punch. First rule with that. I'm going to go ahead and adhere that to my black mat that I made. Oh, actually, I don't want to do that yet. I want to stamp the inside. I'm using a greeting, and I buy stamp sets, not necessarily always for the images, but for the sentiments. And this one I thought was very versatile because it has a wedding, it has a thanks a bunch, it has a friendship message, it has happy anniversary, and one that I use all the time, a happy birthday. And it's a nice size, and this one fits perfectly, and because it's photopolymer, I can see right where I'm setting it down to put in that label. Now I'll pick it up off my stamp mat. Center that. And I'm just going to pop that up with some dimensionals. And believe it or not, we're nearly finished. And you can kind of put it wherever you want, but I'm just going to center mine on my card, and then I also put dimensionals behind my trees. I just kind of have them popping out from behind the label. And of course we don't want to ignore the inside of our card, so I use the deer from the Carols of Christmas stamp set, since we're using that bundle, the framelits especially. For the card front, we're going to use some of that bundle on the inside of our card. And then again, I like to leave the inside blank so that I have plenty of room to write my greeting for whoever I'm going to share this card with. So there you have it, a fast and easy masculine birthday card. Thanks so much for stopping by. I hope you'll give this fun idea to alter your stamps a try.